All right, guys, welcome to another episode of PMQ Live Updates for Sunday, March 29th. I'm here with Joey Karvelas of Karvelas Pizza Co. in Georgia. Well, you got several locations. Where are you guys located out there in Georgia?
LaGrange, Georgia, Hogansville, Georgia, and we're building one in Noonan, Georgia, as we speak.
Is it bad that when I hear that, I just think Caddyshack? Noonan. Where are you guys located out there in Georgia? Sorry. All right, so now we're good. I'm not going to have to listen to myself live. So we want to kind of get into it again. We're going to be talking about what some other independents are doing in this crazy climate right now. But Joey, I was mining your Facebook, and you guys seem to have a lot of fun out there. And I'm hoping this is not putting a damper on the spirits because your employees seem to really like working out there and they get in on the fun and games. But again, the first question we always ask is kind of when did this kind of hit home for you? What was the first adjustment you had to make up until now?
Well, 3 weeks ago, we realized our LaGrange location in downtown in LaGrange, they have an annual St. Patty's Day party, and they canceled it. And a few days before it was there, and we all realized, okay, this is gonna hurt. So it became real to us. So Saturday came, that St. Patty's Day came, and it was a good night, definitely a good night. We still had our dining rooms open, and had a normal week. But we realized that that our community had really felt like, you could tell everybody was nervous. So we called a meeting on Sunday, and we met talked about, my brother, my partner Manny, and my partner Nick. There's three of us. Nick is my brother's son, so my nephew. We came up with three models. Three models meaning three revenue models. What could possibly happen during this time?
Okay, I like that the forward thinking. So why don't you explain how those work for people? Because this is something people need to know. It's like plan ahead. You keep saying this, plan ahead. Don't be reactionary, be proactive. So I'll let you continue. Go on, Joe.
Okay, so yeah, we kind of went a little extreme with it. We created three models. The first model would be a reasonable measure, 30% reduction in revenue. The second model was an extreme measure at a 50% reduction in revenue. And the final model would be catastrophic, which would be a 60% reduction in our revenue stream. So we went ahead and planned for the extreme model of 50% reduction. So we basically, we set up a budget plan for the food purchases, our scheduling, and the first thing that we had to do, we saw that was we're going to have to come off salary. Us owners, we're going to stop taking a paycheck because, in order for this thing to work, we need to step off of that. And we were good doing that. Fortunately, we've had some good months prior, and we did save some money, so we were able to do that.
Okay.
Which helped for sure.
Now, when you came off salary, was that to put it back into employees, or obviously into the business as much as you can, but is there some kind of employee relief that you're doing for you guys?
Yeah, we can look at the business as a whole, as our employees and the business are all kind of the same thing. So yeah, we just want to make sure that they're getting they're first. They come first. We come last right now, and it's just important to get through these tough times because we'll come out of it, and the main thing is keeping this business healthy that it can provide for all of us for, a long time after this.
Okay. Well, like you said, forward thinking, but it's going to end. So just be ready. So, all right. Well, that's great. Again, we're going to have some repetition, guys, on what people are saying, but it's all good information. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit. I've seen some of your videos, and we'll get to that later. But the places are really big. How many seats do you have?
In Hogansville, in our dining room, indoor dining room, we have about 110 seats, somewhere around there, and we have a patio outside that seats over 100. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah. You want
Lagrange is about the same size, about 120, 110 seats, something like that.
Okay. Did you I did see one of your videos the other day that you took all the tables out. And if I could find that on Facebook, I'd show, but I suggest going to Karvelas Pizza Co. Facebook and checking that out. But that's a big thing right there. I mean, it looks like a dance floor now.
I go in there and dance a little bit sometimes when the radio's wide open.
So I mean, again, that's just one reactionary thing, but you guys do have a large bar, right? And
Yeah.
being in Georgia, I'm down south here with you in Mississippi, but we're a little further behind, the northern half of the country. You had to go fight to get liquor and beer to go sales. You had to fight your city council. A lot of Chicago and a lot of places are just enacting it right away. Can you tell somebody who might be in our situation down here where it's a little behind everything else, but how would you go about doing that? Who do you talk to? What's the right way to fight for those kind of sales?
Well, I mean, we first out, I reached out to their city council members, and of course, they're definitely have been very, very positive about this whole thing, what we're trying to do. I mean, let's understand that when we finally shut our doors down, a week ago, we were before the curve, before the council had to say, hey, you got to shut your dining rooms down. So we were trying to make sure that we're keeping our staff safe and taking care of the community, and they appreciated that without them having to come tell us. They didn't want to have to do that. They didn't want to have to come tell you, hey, you got to close your business down.
Mm-hmm.
So when we did that, we kind of used that as leverage to say, hey, we're doing this, but we're going to need to be able to sell some alcohol. I mean, that's roughly 10% of our revenue, so we need to be able to keep doing that, and for several reasons. I mean, it's one is we want to be able to give our customer the same experience they have when they come in our store.
Yeah.
And drinking beer with pizza is kind of our thing. It's so we want to be able to provide that for them. Yeah, I mean, calling the mayor, calling the city council, texting them, just staying on top of them, asking them to request an emergency meeting to change these things, these laws or whatever, so we can do this for a short period of time. We just every day, making sure we're making those phone calls and just staying on top of it. And they finally, pushed it through for us.
Do you feel? And again, you said you're kind of ahead of the curve of everything. I mean, that's what I'm really learning about you. I mean, you just got on the U.S. Pizza team just a little while ago, but I'm appreciating all the input that you're putting in. And what I'm finding is that you are very forward-thinking, devil may care kind of attitude, but you're always forward-thinking. So while it looks like you're having fun, you're thinking about the future 3 steps ahead. So did you find it was hard to actually, it sounded like, you were hounding these guys, but I mean, was there a lot of pushback on doing that in your town?
I think, they have to, these meetings, I'm learning a little bit about politics, a little bit. I'm not into politics, but I push a lot of things, and I'm kind of relentless on just making sure it goes through anything, and because, I mean, you have to, when you're a little guy, your voice has got to be heard if you want something. I heard a long time ago, a closed mouth doesn't get fed. So I mean,
I like it.
You gotta talk and push, and right now I really do feel like people understand the situation. I mean, everybody's going through it, and the city council, they're really having to make some decisions. I mean, we all are. So it's a good opportunity to get out there, and honestly, we saw a lot of towns doing it. Texas and Georgia, and up in North Georgia, Tennessee. I got some friends that own some restaurants up there.
Mm-hmm.
And so we showed the city council what's going on in these other states and other cities, what other people are doing. So gave them some models that they could look at. So that was helpful for them to see that. And we not just city council members, but people that knew city council members. I talked to a lot of people just on the phone constantly for the past week, pushing these things through, and surprisingly, they worked.
Okay. Well, yeah, you think people are just a little more flexible in these times. Obviously, they
Yeah,
understand something that they might have took a hard stance on. They have to kind of be flexible and fluid because things are changing daily. So, I did want to bring up a real quick thing. I actually put it at the very top of my list to talk about, but you're from the South, obviously, big guy, redhead, but you're Greek. You are the biggest mystery that I've ever come across. And I just wanted to say, is this salad named after you? I
yeah,
found it, the redheaded Greek, a Greek salad.
that's right. That's my. I've been making that salad for about 10 years now, and it's my favorite salad, man. It
Well,
is a mystery. Why the hell you got a redheaded guy that lives in the South is Greek? It just doesn't make any sense, but it's pretty
was there
funny.
a lot of Greek influence in your pizzeria though? I mean, in Georgia, is it something that people grab onto, or is it just, I don't want to even say a gimmick. It just cracks me up, man. I just had to bring that to everybody's
Well, I
attention.
think the Greek in me is more about the entrepreneur, spirit. I think Greeks naturally have that entrepreneur spirit, coming over here and just, doing something for themselves. My grandfather moved over here from Greece, didn't speak any English back when he was 26, 27 years old, and met a Georgia peach.
No, nice.
History, a little bit of history.
Well, no, and it's good. And we have several Greeks on our U.S. pizza team, oddly enough, and we love them all. Michael Wolf again. That's actually not his name. Michael Athanasopoulos, Constantino Anazinos, both out in California. They were excited when they heard you were coming on the team. It's like another Greek. So pretty soon you guys are going
Yeah.
to be Italians that we have on our team. So um, yeah, all right. Well, I'm just trying to throw up some pictures of some of the stuff that you guys do. The pizzas are great. All the food looks delicious. I got so many more, but I want to kind of move on with what we're talking about. We talked about the 3 revenue models that you had, and I really like how you broke it down to when we hit this point, this amount of revenue, jump to Plan B and then to Plan C. I did want to say that I noticed again that you actually opening a new location, and that's been going on for several months now. But I mean, in your particular position, I don't think it's affected you as much because it wasn't set to open up just yet, right? But I mean, do you have any advice for people in this climate who maybe have just opened up or in kind of the same position you are? Why don't you explain where you're at and what you guys are doing with it?
Well, as far as advice, I don't know if I could help, but I could share what I'm going through right now, and the way I look at things overall right now is pretty optimistic. I mean, we've all went through some struggles in life, and you know, seasons in life that things they get better. So we are projecting to open our new store. Prior to all this happening, we were projecting to open up sometime in August this year. So we're just going to keep pushing forward. We're not going to stop. We're going to keep going after what we're trying to accomplish. We don't want to get behind. We've got a plan. We got a big plan, down the road. So we're just looking, down the road, not trying to focus on right now. Of course, we are focusing on right now, but this third location is going to, it's important to us. And we feel like sometimes you get hurdles in life and you get roadblocks, and you just got to see your way through them and not lose focus on the long-term goal and just keep striving forward. So with our staff right now, it's the same thing. I feel very confident when we go in there to stay positive and just lift them up and keep it normal. There's no sense in, riding this negative wave that, some people are doing. And I understand, it's just a good opportunity to show people that it's okay. We're going to go through struggles in life. Let's get through this one together and stay positive. And trying to teach managers this is a good lesson for them to learn how to stay positive. Because even when you're when things are going good, you're in the kitchen on a Friday night and there's freaking 100 tickets lined up and you got new managers in there. You get in the weeds real quick. it's hard for new people to comprehend that mentally. It's hard for them to. This right here is just a good opportunity for them to learn how to get through struggles, and I think it's like well, the way I'm looking at it, it's like going to college. You know, it's like an investment that we all get to go through and get better at as a company with Karvelas Pizza. So, and I'm just trying to keep everybody positive.
Well, and again, that's another kind of underlying thing I'm hearing from a lot of people, and you seem to be doing it really well. I did want to jump over to something real quick. I mean, I'm not sure of the exact business model if you guys did delivery or curbside before, but again, now everybody's having to adjust, and this is all over your Facebook. You're being very communicative with, your customer base, and transparent. So, like, I had a couple questions about this. Again, this is something that everybody's doing now, but we have to. Is this something you did before? Takeout, obviously, but curbside?
So we have our model is our concept is dine in and takeout. Mm-hmm. And roughly 80% of our business is dine in, 20% is takeout. And we've got a really good system for takeout. So we figured, hey, instead of changing anything about our business in the back of house, we've got a great little system. People love our food. Let's focus on what's changing. What's changing? Well, what's changing is how the people get their food now.
Yeah.
And we knew that this is going to happen. Takeout is going to get a lot busier. Why don't we offer another option? I have 3 children, one on the way. And, my wife goes out and gets dinner sometimes, and it's convenient for her to be able to pull up, not get out of her car, pay online, pay over the phone, pick up your food curbside. So we said, let's try curbside pickup. Well, we didn't realize curbside pickup is completely different than takeout. It's a whole new system. We didn't realize that. So when we got into it, I mean, dude, we're 100% curbside now. So it's shifted the entire operation.
Wow.
And it's been really, there's been a lot of retraining. Everybody's had to retrain. We've had to change our POS system. We've had to, just so we can, order better, put the orders in better. Where people aren't wanting to sign stuff, so everything's kind of digital, or we have handheld devices that we take out to the cars, and they're putting credit cards in there, and they're not getting receipts. They're, what I'm saying? So it's changed a ton. And
yeah.
Speaking of all that, all of our servers, our seasoned servers that make their living with tips, it's all stopped in dine-in. So we've had to take them and pay. We're paying them an hourly rate now, taking care of our servers. We're making sure that they're not, they got a job, they're working. But we've had to basically create a whole new concept out front. And but it's worked.
And here's a couple of things that I really like about it. And again, it's simple, boiled down to the basics. You got 4 easy steps, curbside, and 4 easy steps. And you have to put this out and kind of train the customers at the new normal, for the current new normal. And the graphics work too. I get the whole idea just by looking at the pictures. I can't read. Everybody knows that. So,
me neither.
But I mean, I really like that. Be simple, be transparent, and train them, let them know. And then another thing that I mean, a lot of people are doing curbside, but what I really liked here is this graphic right here, is that you put the Google Maps picture of your place, and you circle where they can go, because it's not the normal yet. So now, instead of making a lot of congestion at other businesses and stuff like that, you've kind of directed them where to go. I mean, was that just kind of second nature? Did people kind of come in and say, well, I don't know where to park? I mean, how did you get that?
Yeah, so we set up cones out front, and this right here has really definitely helped. It's what's been great during this process is I can call our marketing director. We have a young lady that runs all of this. She does all of our content for us. And I can call it, I can give her an idea, and she just bang, she's done in 5 minutes with it. So she's really been helpful at staying on top of all this stuff for us during this time, and creating all these things for us. So it's been great.
Okay. And I did want to talk a little bit more about that in a minute, actually. But I did want to show something. As you said, everything's kind of ever evolving, and it's at 14 minutes. But when I first saw this, we had already started talking. And and it was only 2 minutes old. Now you're offering online ordering. That's another adaptation. I mean, do you have?
We just rolled that out last night. We had to get on there. That was another thing that we got on top of. We've been talking about, and we had a meeting, and we're like, we got to get this done now. So we had 5 people working on this for the past 3 days, and they rolled this out last night. We just went ahead and posted it just now to let people know you can start online ordering.
Yeah, it's ever evolving as we speak in real time. And I did want to acknowledge some comments. Amanda Chicharella says she wants to see the dancing. You might have to send us a link. We'll put that. We'll put that up there. But yeah, that was great. I wanted to ask because a lot of people are having to. I don't want to say resort to this, but they're moving. If they didn't have online ordering yet, now they're thinking about it in all earnestness. Yeah, I'm working for my words. Anyway, did you get a lot of? Were you able to find a lot of good deals? Do you feel that some of these online ordering platforms they're reaching out and they're giving you better deals than they would? Is it hard, or are they still kind of gouging people?
I'll be honest, Brian. I have no clue what I'm paying for it. I hadn't gotten to that point yet. We just got it going.
All right, and there you go. Another nugget of wisdom from the redheaded Greek down in Georgia.
Yeah.
All right,
that's right.
No worries, man. Oh yeah, see, I don't know if I actually even showed that graphic. There you go. So here's the post right there. Now they're offering online ordering, and that's brand new. So it's something to think about it in this era. Now, I did want to say also, speaking of your marketing director, you guys have a great social media presence. But one thing I'm really impressed with, one thing is pictures. Your pictures look fantastic. I mean, how are you taking these photos? Are these just iPhones, or you have special?
Yeah, all Samsung Galaxy iPhones. That's it, and we'll use filters to brighten them up.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, just keep it simple, man. No sense in trying to overcomplicate things. That's our motto, our model, or whatever you call it.
KISS, right? Keep it simple, stupid.
Keep it simple. That's right.
You can call me stupid. No, I'm not calling you stupid. That's the phrase. No,
yeah,
that's.
You call me stupid.
I would never do it. Now but again, also I wanted to show this real quick is that you guys do have that large video presence, and the production value is great on that. I didn't know if is this all your marketing, and what's her name? I mean, we can put it out there.
Her name's Alexis.
Okay, I want to give Alexis full credit on all this because
she's actually pregnant, and she's about to have her first baby in about 4 or 5 weeks. Actually, my wife and her have the same due date, so she's going to take a little, leave for a little bit and take care of the baby. So we're having to kind of.
Well, I was just going to say congratulations to you as well. I wanted to put that out there as well. So it's kind of scary times to be bringing someone in, but
they'll be all right. Anyway. They're gonna be raised rough, huh? We born in this.
In the crazy climate. Everything else is going to be easy for them. But definitely congratulations to Alexis. So moving on with what she's doing for you guys. I'm just going to show right here. You got. I'm not sure who this gentleman is. I did watch the video a while ago. It's from Atlanta Eats, but it's I don't want to say local. I mean, it's like statewide type of media. I mean, you're setting this up, and you guys are natural on camera. Look like you're having a good time there. There's the behind the scenes photo. So, I mean, how do you go about this? Is it better to have somebody just dedicated to your social media marketing, or even just marketing in general?
For me, I felt like it was a great investment to have someone just on salary to create content, put it out there. I mean, and I just believe in it now, man. I really feel like there's nobody doing it, and you can get ahead of the game, get ahead of the curve. 10 years from now, it's going to be a completely different world when it comes to social media and advertising. And,
like in 2 years.
Yeah. I mean, it's so just that's big. I mean, you can really get, 20 years ago, if you wanted to advertise your business, you had to pay a lot of money on TV. You can advertise your business every minute of the day for free right now. So
And
I think it's a great investment. If you can just say, I got $200 a week to put towards us to somebody, hire you someone who's willing to do something. If you got $1,000 a week, whatever you got, I feel like it's important to start doing it now and getting something going. And consistency is key.
okay, so just make sure it's consistency. I mean, it's the same just even with your food and your menu too.
And just putting content out on a specific day or every day or on whatever, just being consistent with whatever you're doing.
Right. I mean, we're all used
It's
to our
what I'm
favorite
learning.
shows coming on at the same time every week or daily, so.
Right.
So, all right, that's great. I mean, well, again, she's doing a great job on that. Another thing that you have is catching up with the Karvelas. It's another, and I was trying to find it on the Facebook. I'm not sure if I can again, but it's like an actual show that you guys have. I mean, I saw up to 32 episodes, and that's a season.
Yep.
I mean, what's that about?
Well, I think that what we wanted to do was, we have such a fun time at work, and we really wanted to share that with the community. We want to share that with everybody else on, what we do behind the scenes. And then, it kind of evolved into having some, actual, I guess, setting up the scenes or whatever. So we're just playing with it right now. But I mean, it's really to get people to connect with us and know us, and not just have our food, but have a relationship with us, if you will. So it's definitely something that we're going to continue to do. We have the last episode coming up next week, something like, I think, yeah, next week.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, Alexis is about to have the baby, so we're going to go to season 2 in about, I don't know, 2 or 3 months, and we're going to start a whole new season. So it's going to be pretty cool.
Now, was it because in the videos, I mean, the staff, they're having a blast. Was that done out of like trying to get the staff involved, or was it just something that you wanted to do and they grabbed onto it?
In the beginning, it was about, let's do some behind the scenes stuff, everyday, day-to-day things, real life things that we're doing back there. And people started to see, all the staff were like, what are y'all doing? It's like, well, so they all started talking about, can we be in it? We're like, well, sure. So we started, it's just kind of evolved. And now everybody wants to be in it. There's a lot of people that want to work. They want to work there because of it. We have a lot of people interested in working at Karvelas just because of what we're doing online. They see how fun it is, so it's pretty amazing what it's doing.
Well, I mean, this as an example, the latest video is just a 6-second video of a young lady I think she's trying to fold a box. That's that might be the joke, is she doesn't look like she's getting it. It's fighting her. Oh, it's going back and forth. Okay. I see.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's it. It's just, having that little bit of engagement. I mean, I'm just showing the video page right now. I mean, there's a lot of videos in here. Can you see them? Which one of these is like one of your episodes here? I mean, are these all just the catching up with the Karvelas episodes, or?
Yeah, a lot of them are, and some of them are just little clips, of different things, promoting what we're doing. But some of them are catching up with Karvelas.
Well, I mean, definitely, like I said, it looks like everybody's having fun. So, that's another thing that people can do, especially even in this climate, just to kind of keep everybody's spirits up. Not only your customers, but definitely your staff. How's your staff retention right now? I mean, have you had to let anybody go, or doing any kind of dinners, or what are you doing with the people who work for you, keeping them happy and sane, I should say?
Well, so that's a good question. It's, we've definitely been very communicative with our staff, and we understand. We have empathy for what's going on, and we've told people, if you don't feel comfortable coming to work, let us know. I mean, there's been people that don't really want to come to work, but 95% of the staff is good with it. They're cool with it. And we have had to cut down on overtime to make sure that everybody's able to work and everybody's able to get a paycheck. Our managers are working full time right now, and of course we have a lot of part-time people that are working that were part-time before. So I mean, yeah, there's some hours that are down, but it's not major.
Okay.
And because there is a certain number that we have to employ there to just to operate the stores. I mean, there's a minimum. So even if the sales go down, your payroll is going to come up, essentially just to keep the stores running. Now we have had a lot of like layers of in our business. We've created layers. So say like a cook, for instance, when you come in to cook, you just come in to cook, and we try to make a layer for a prep cook to come in and prep food, a dough maker come in and make dough, someone to come in and help clean up at night. We have dish people so there's layers, so your job's not as hard. It's just very efficient. So we've had to kind of minimize some of those things, and workloads have picked up just a little bit. But as far as the morale and everything, man, people are just we've had some our normal what do you call it, culture is still there, and I'm very, very thankful for that. I mean, because it could be worse.
Well, and
But
it's definitely great. As I was saying earlier, just watching it, you guys have so much fun, and to not be able to lose that culture, that's great. And it's just definitely better for the customers and the employees as well. Was there obviously you're going to have to adjust shifts, get less hours or maybe longer hours. Was there a lot of cooperation with the staff between each other about saying, well, we understand we're all in the same boat. I don't mind cutting a few hours as long as I can still work? Or were there, have you had people who are just like, I just don't feel safe. I would rather quarantine or, kind of take
no,
off?
we haven't had that, but we've had some people we've had some people that were nervous, and we told them, hey, if you don't feel like you want to stay home, that's fine. We'll definitely work with you. And the dining room closure, when we did that, that was a big deal to everybody. They really appreciated that. They felt, our staff feels so much more safe now. So I mean, thankfully we still have our customer base coming out and supporting us. They've been very, very supportive of us. And honestly, we've pushed that on our social media. We're like, hey, you guys, when y'all come out here, leave your servers some tips. They're here working for tips. Make sure you support them. And they've supported it very big. They've left very nice tips. We've had customers come in and leave $100 tips for each girl that were working that night, because they're regulars and they're taking care of it. The girls are so thankful for that. I mean, it's amazing what people are doing for them right now. So,
Well, I was going to say, have you found there's an outpouring from the community to be more generous? I mean, again, I keep saying it again, but it brightens my day to see human beings have human decency again. We're all in the same boat. So you're getting $100 tips for your servers. Is there anything else that maybe the community's done that kind of was over the top that kind of amazed you?
Well, I think that the thing that's amazed me is us being able to turn our business around so quick and to take into Curbside and completely, just reorganize. So quick, and our staff has just been so. They've done such a good job of just adapting to what's going on and being able to continue to run our business efficiently. It was scary shifting like that. That's a tough thing when you're consistently doing something day in, day out, and all of a sudden, boom, you have to turn a 180 and do something completely different. It's a scary thing, but man, that everybody executed, and I think the reason why we were able to do that is because we communicated every day, 5 times a day, and it's just important to us to communicate.
Well, and yeah, and again, like you said, it's the adaptability of your staff. And you were able to train your customers for the new normal, and you haven't had any pushback. There's not been somebody coming in and having a fit saying, well, why do I have to do curbside? I want to walk in. I mean, the customers are grabbing onto it too, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, nobody's fighting it. Everybody's doing it. like there is no restaurant that's dining rooms open right now. I mean, nobody's open. It's kind of crazy. Friday night, Saturday night, people are used to going out. They go to a gathering somewhere. A group goes out to a restaurant. They go to a concert. Nobody's going out.
No.
So I mean, the only thing to do is go pick up food, go back home. So I mean, we're all in the same boat right now, just trying to make sure we're still giving that great service, and that's important to us.
Well, stability and normalcy. Again, projecting strength and not letting everybody kind of see you shake. You're the captain of the ship. You gotta, for your customers and your staff. So.
Well, I go home at night and I get under the bed and cry most nights.
Well, that's the time and place to do it. Just don't do it on the floor. Just don't do it there. I
gotta go home and support the kids after that. I gotta go home and lift them up. So it's I'm learning what being a grown man's all about now.
We're adulting.
Yeah, that's right.
I wanted to acknowledge Mike Donaker. He's been on here like every single day. I do apologize again yesterday for our technical difficulties. We almost had the same difficulties today. Knock on wood, we won't have them again. But it's not me. It's not my computer. It's something with the interwebs. But Mike wanted to just let you know that, it's a big change. And if you don't get in front of it, it's not going to be effective. Or no, actually he said, but if you get in front of it, it's very effective. So he's, he's proud of what you're doing and what you're putting out there for the rest of the industry. Carmelo Lamata, he's actually been here every single day too. So, and he's got a really good question. He wishes that they were getting $100 tips where he's at. He's on, I believe, the Fort Myers. I guess they had somebody order last night and they tipped the server 25 cents. And another person says they don't tip for curbside pickup or takeout. I mean, how do you deal with that? Now, I see that too. I mean, when I go for takeout, a lot of times I don't tip. I try to tip as much as I can possibly, but there's a difference. I mean, so I mean, how do you deal with that? Is there anything in this era or this, climate right now that you're doing different?
Well, I mean, I don't know the business model where they're at, and I don't know how that works for them. But for us, I mean, we're a dine-in business. We're already used to taking tips. The girls work for tips. I keep saying the girls, the servers work for tips. So people understand that. But with the curbside, that's the whole thing that we had to adjust. We had to get in our POS system and adjust everything. So the tip was one of the main things. We had to train the servers to not take payment over the phone. It says it on our thing to pay over the phone, but we had to shift that to now we're telling them on the phone, you pay at curbside. And when the girls or whoever the servers go out there to take payment, they say, all right, John, you got this, that, and the other. It's going to be $16.99. All right, would you like to leave a tip?
Right, the soft suggestion.
How much tip do you want to leave? So we let them know, hey, we want tips. We're taking tips.
Yeah.
So not in a rude way. I mean, I think the customer wants to do that. And if you take it over the phone and you say, all right, $16.99 over the phone, what's your credit card number, blah, 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 they're probably not going to leave a tip if you don't ask them or give them the option.
Yeah. Well, it's like you said, it's not in a rude way. It's that soft suggestion, that little nudge to remind them that, would you like to leave a tip? And again, if they don't say anything, you don't give a smirk, not a smirk, but just a scowl and huff, walk away in a huff. But you find just that soft suggestion. So Carmelo, maybe talk with your staff about that. I'm not sure. I think he said that they were getting ready to close down maybe on Monday, so I'm not sure of his situation yet. I do plan to call you, Carmelo, but it's been constant 10-hour days here for me. So.
Well, I was listening to Lars the other day from California, and he was saying that, it made a lot of sense, and he's right. His customers they want to help. You just got to let them know how. So I think if you just let them know, hey, we're this is what we need.
All right. Well, and Lars just recently joined the group, so he's listening to you. I think that was probably his thumbs up right there. Don't comment or compliment him anymore in public, please, because his head's like. Anyway, he's beating Lamarca in the video views, but nobody's beating Dan Uccello yet, man. That guy rocked it out. And that's another thing too, is that when we're doing these, you guys need to be sharing this to get this message out to as many people as possible. So, Dan did a great job. He had 17 shares. I think maybe like 10, I don't want to say 10 legitimate shares. I shared it to a bunch of places, and his business did as well. But that's what you need to do. Promote it. So when we're getting people coming up, we want everybody, as many people as possible, to see these messages. So I definitely appreciate everybody joining in and asking questions and stuff like that. So, all right. Well, Carmelo just commented again. He said he's got a sit-down restaurant, Italian, that they've been there for 41 years. Doing curbside, show him the bill and ask him to tip. You freak out. He's okay. Well, I'll put you guys in touch. Maybe you guys can just talk together. It's about he says that the people down there are kind of freaking out, even at maybe soft suggestions. So I don't know. Maybe it's the Southern charm that you have. That's actually.
I usually take my shirt off, and I'll do that dance, and that gets a couple of. It ain't bad.
That video's got to come now, right? Because you keep teasing it, but yeah. So Lars says that you're 100% correct. Let people know what you need. They want to help, but be tactful, but be honest. So again, gentle suggestions, nudges. Don't be blatant and get pissed if they don't. But again, in this climate, everybody does want to help. We're all in this together, and we need to get out of it together. So.
And I say $100 tips. That was one episode, but the community they are tipping well for in our community.
Yeah.
But we are persistent with, would you like to leave a tip?
Well, and again, I can't remember if it was Lars or Derek, but no, it was Lars. Buying gift cards, and they bought a large amount, and they just donated it back to the store. So basically, that's money that he can now take and buy stuff for the staff. So the community does want to reach out and help. Again, like Lars says, be tactful and honest. George Taylor, he jumped in. He was trying to get in, couldn't find it earlier, but I'm glad he made it. Yeah, well, he just says that the world seems to have changed quite a bit since we last visited you a few weeks ago. So and that's great. I love that guy from New York is coming down to Georgia. I like when my team gets together. You guys get together.
It was fun, man. We had a good time. I got to show him around both locations, and it was educational for us as well to get to talk to George. He had a lot of good information. George's got a lot of experience in the restaurant industry, so it was helpful to talk to him.
Yeah, well, and we're actually going to be talking to him shortly in the next few days because he reached out as well. He had it was just a takeout model. And that was it. And so he's had to do quite a bit of adjustment as well. So George will be coming up. I'm going to get up my sheet here. So tomorrow, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time is Will Grant from That's a Some Pizza in Bainbridge, Washington. He's going to be talking about, portraying the sense of calm and strength. But, he was jealous of like the 50 unit locations, but now he's only got the one, so he hasn't had to lay people off. I have a whole bunch of notes. Also John Stetson, then Nick Bogaz on Wednesday. George Taylor's going to be on Thursday, and again, he only did takeout, but he had to expand curbside. Oddly enough, some of his sales were up this year over last year. So, but they had to get online ordering set up using third-party online delivery. So yeah, we got a lot of good topics coming up, but we're talking with a lot of great people like Joey Karvelas, George Taylor, Lars Smith. Joey, is there one final message you want to give to the people out there? Just kind of a daily affirmation.
Yeah, just stay positive, and this stuff doesn't happen overnight. We didn't get here overnight. It took us a long time to get where we are. So just stay positive for your staff, and let them know that this is just a good learning experience to go through adversity and make it a learning session.
Yeah. We'll go through adversity and come out stronger at the end.
Yeah, and I believe in all you entrepreneurs out there. You'll make it work. And there will be some people that have it rougher than others, but they'll make it work. So I have 100% faith in all you guys and myself and our business. We're going to do good.
Well, I mean, that's great. I mean, just put it out there. Other people need to hear it. If anybody needs to get in touch with some of these people I'm talking to, you can reach out to me at brian@pmq.com, or through Facebook. I'm very highly accessible. Joey, is there a specific way, if somebody had some questions, would you be able to help them out? How can they get in touch with you?
Yeah, you can email me at carvelaspizzaco@gmail.com. Send me a private message on Facebook to my Facebook page, Joey Karvelas, and love to help out anybody who wants to talk about anything or have any ideas or suggestions. One thing that we are about to do, though, I got in touch with all the restaurant owners in downtown LaGrange. There's about 12 of them, and we're going to get together and do a video and promote downtown LaGrange. We're going to just collaborate and work together. So be looking for that video to come out this weekend.
Well, it's okay. So I like that. But so you're just getting together with local businesses to just support the town?
Well, just to collaborate with. I mean, we opened up in downtown LaGrange because it's such a wonderful city in downtown. We love this vibrant. It's young. There's a lot of cool restaurants down there, and it just there's a brewery down there, and we're trying to get all those people together because everybody's got their own little, following. So us getting together, collaborating, you reach a bigger, broader, customer base, and I think it just looks good for the community to see what we're trying to do down there. Come support us. We're all in this together, and we're here for you guys. We're providing this service for you. Just don't forget to take care of your small business owners and your restaurants, because it's you just want to make sure everybody sees you coming together and working together. We don't know how it's going to work. I think it's going to be great, though, to bring everybody together, and it helps to kind of build that relationship with each other. Now we're going to know each other on a personal level. I haven't met a lot of these guys yet. We're meeting Tuesday at 1:00. We've actually got a marketing team together that they're going to. This one guy owns a production studio. I've called him, asked him if he wants to do this project. He's doing it for free. He's we're going to create T-shirts with our logos on it. We're going to sell them. A lot of that money we're going to use. This is an idea we're going to throw out there. All the money we're going to give back to employees that need money. So we're trying to raise money for that. And but you'll see a lot of stuff on Facebook if you follow us, and Instagram, and what's going on this week or this coming up weekend.
Well, I highly recommend that, because it's also got a lot of great food photos and great videos, great content, uplifting message, just a great place to be. And I think that's a great message too, is just, kind of collaborate and get together with your other local community establishments. Do something just for the city or your town that you're in, because that's going to, like you said, Joey, you hadn't met a lot of these guys yet.
Haven't met them yet. And
this is something that's going to make us all stronger and more unified after it's done too. And that's a great add. So
absolutely.
All right, guys. Well, I definitely appreciate everybody tuning in again today. George, Lars, Carmelo, Carmelo, reach out to Joey. He'll talk with you. But tune in tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time for Will Grant of That's a Summa Pizza. I don't know if it's pronounced like that, but I'm excited for that one. He's a great guy, great leader in the industry. Thanks again for tuning in, Joey. I really appreciate your
Thank
time.
you.
Everybody's super busy right now, so thanks for sitting down and talking to the world.
Absolutely, man. Thanks, Brian.
All right, we'll see you guys soon.